Welcome once again to Oscar Nzinzi Football, where we engage and discuss on anything to do with football from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. It is the 26th of December 2024, and on this episode we're basically just going to be going over the Betway Premiership, leading goal scorers, how teams have done, and the last part of the episode I'll be giving the best 11 according to me that have done really well for their teams. It's impossible for your favorite to be in unless your favorite has done extremely well. Obviously, using things such as games played by the player and the influence the player has had on the team he's playing for. But without any wasting time, let's just go over the log. 16 teams, and the Carling Black Label winners are at the foot of the log with only 8 games. With only 8 points. They've played 9. They've scored only 4 goals on the log. It's really poor by them, but they had a good run in the Black Label knockout. And as I share this, I'm sharing this after uploading a shot on the new appointment for Makesi FC, that is an Owen Dagama. I think the PSL is just famous with the recycling coaches. It's almost like the management, chairman, the guys working with the top guys in those teams, they're just lazy. And with an Owen Dagama, it's going to be a running team, it's going to be a fit team, but nothing close to going for a top 8. I don't see Makesi getting into top 8. They might probably just survive, maybe finished on 13th or 14th. Probably that's the goal, that the mandate that has been given to an Owen Dagama. For me, it's just another case of firing Okatele and appointing Odiniwe. The guy is just married to old methods. I'm talking about the Owen Dagama. But congratulations to him. Some of these coaches, they know I can be fired today, but in 6 months, 3 months, I'll be appointed again. He's not different from a Dendens, a Siema. There's a lot of these type of coaches that they just recycle them in the league. Anyway, so Makesi is at the foot of the league. Richards Bay 15th, Royal AM 14th. Amazulu 13, Marumo Gallants is another one. They just need to confirm, because they've put Dendens on leave they've put Dendens on leave, and the team lost without him 8-1 to Orlando Pirates, which is the biggest scoreline as things stand today. The Orlando Pirates versus Marumo Gallants. The 8-1 was the biggest scoreline this far under the new sponsorship of the Betway Premiership. So the top 8 guys will be Yoskukune, Golden Arrows, Chippa United, Super Sports, Stellenbosch, Polokwane City, Orlando Pirates, and Mamelodi Sundowns. Kaizer Chiefs, with the biggest following in South Africa, probably the most adored team in South Africa. They are on 9th. They are one better position than the finish they had last season, which was 10th. As things stand, I don't think their supporters are happy. The management is happy. Even their coach is not happy, because all he wants is quality. It's been the same song he's been singing in every interview he's had. He wants more quality. And I've said this when they appointed him, that the guy probably needs 2 more transfer window in order to solidify that Kaizer Chiefs team. Now, here's the thing. As things stand, the current leading goal scorers in the league, I'll just mention the top 3. Ikram Rayners, who's been on hot form for Mamelodi Sundowns. He is on 6 goals Evidence Makgopa for Orlando Pirates, he is on 4 goals. Lucas Ribeiro, another Mamelodi Sundowns player, he is on 4 goals. Mamelodi Sundowns have played 10, Iki 6 goals, Ribeiro 4 goals. I think Ribeiro probably has missed 1 or 2 matches. Evidence Makgopa on 4 goals. Those are the leading goal scorers. Now, I am not sure that at the end of the season things will be looking the same. We might see a Cape Town City, maybe if they get 2 or 3 signings come the transfer window, maybe they'll do a last push into the top 8. TS Galaxy, with the change of coaches, has also really affected them. They didn't start well under Riyadh, and then hence he was also fired. He's now leading Yanga FC in Tanzania. But Given also didn't start well, but to see him in position 5 is a surprise. South African teams don't score a lot of coaches. I mean, look at SuperSport. They're on position 5. They've played 11 games, but they are on -2, the goal difference. They've scored 4, they've conceded 6, but they're sitting on 5th position. And it's the same with most teams. They don't score a lot of goals, and the clear runners in this will be Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. And Sundowns have played 10, have 27 points, they've scored 20 goals, only conceded 4 goals. Orlando Pirates have played 9, they have 24 points, just 3 shy away of Sundowns. And then they have also conceded 4 goals, have scored 1 more than Mamelodi Sundowns. This would mean that their next game, whatever happens, the game they have in hand, they should clearly be sitting on top of the log on goal difference. That is if they win that game. A team that has surprised many, they finished, I think, 8th. Was it 8th? No, they finished. They finished 8th because the first game on MTN 8 they played against Mamelodi Sundowns, which finished 1st. So their last position last year was 8th, and this year, as things stand, after 11 games, they are on 20 points, 7 points behind the leaders, Mamelodi Sundowns. They have scored 11 goals and have conceded 9 goals. That's just a +2 goal difference. Stellenbosch finished on a good position last year, won the Culling Black Label knockout, their first silverware in Premiership football. And then they were in the finals of MTN 8 this year, and they have a good coach. They've got good technical members. They've got good analysts, and they've got a good development. Their MDC team is doing very well. They have the money too, but they won't splash money like a Mamelodi Sundowns. But they do buy good. I mean, the guy they bought from ATS Galaxy, Bradley Mujela, is a very good player. I don't know how Tim Sugazi let go of Mujela to Estelis. I thought if Mujela was leaving Estelis, ATS Galaxy would probably go to a Chiefs, a Pirates, or a Sundowns. But to sell him to Estelis really shows the big picture that Steve Barker has got at Stellenbosch. So those are some of the things I just wanted to go over. But here's the important one: the best 11 thus far. Let me hear your best 11 on the section below. This is my personal one. You don't have to agree with it, but you can't disagree with all 11. Come on now. But I need to see your best 11 in the comment section below. And my system or formation I'll be using is a 4-3-1. Now, the number 1 goalkeeper, probably many will say Ronwen Williams. And given, Sundowns have only considered 4 goals. I think he's played majority of those games. The last game he played, he got a red card with Onyango taking over. The 9th game of Mamelodi Sundowns, the number 1 spot was given to Onyango when we were playing against the Stellenbosch. But the number 1 goalkeeper thus far, it's not even halfway to the season, because majority of teams have played around 10 on average games. So it's not technically halfway, but thus far, I think I'll give the number 1 spot to to a Stevens, the Stellenbosch number 1. I mean, the saves, if you watch Stellenbosch games, the saves this guy has demonstrated, I mean, he has been amazing. He has been top tier. No wonder Hugo Bruce had to call him into the national setup, Bafana. So this far, number 1 by far, Stevens. My right back. Now in this 11, I have 2 Polokwane City players. I have 2 Stellenbosch players, and then I have 3 Mamelodi Sundowns. I've got 3 Orlando Pirates players. Yeah. And that's how things look. So no Kaizer Chiefs player. There's no Super Sport player. Yeah. Right back, Thabang Matuludi, who also is linked to Kaizer Chiefs, linked also to Orlando Pirates. So it's going to be firecrackers, fireworks come the January transfer window. Thabang Matuludi ends my right back position. There's not been a lot of consistency in that position for a Khuliso and Thapelo Morena. I mean, I think they probably played 3 or 4 games in that right back position. And then because even Mudau didn't start the season very well. And then my center back pairing again might come as a surprise to many, but there's a whole lot of players who've done well in that position. Some have not played enough games for me to consider them to be part of this best 11 this far in the Betway Premiership. But the central pairing is going to come from an Orlando Pirates player and a Cape Town City player, Thabang SESANA. Boy, big ups. You have done well. And when Thapelo Xhogi didn't got injured, I didn't think Thapelo Xhogi had a preseason in Spain. And then Nda started, got injured. And then you came in and fitted in very well. This far, you've been doing your basics right. Probably the game where it was under 5 or under 4 out of 10 performance was that Carling Black Label knockout game against Magis. But that was a cup game. I'm talking about league games here. This far, you've done very well. So Thabiso SESANA, left back, left center back, right center back, I'll give it to CB-CUPIDO. I know the team is on 12th position, but the guy's performances, if you look at the numbers, his games, he has been incredible. CB-CUPIDO, another player that is linked to a Kaizer Chiefs move. Make sure that you watch that video I made of his move, his interest from a Kaizer Chiefs. Left center back, I'll give it to Fawaz Basadien, because in Aubrey Modiba, he's been played not just as a left back, but he's been played also as an 8, sometimes as a 10. So the one who's consistently played there and with a lot of games for Stellenbosch is a Fawaz Basadien. No wonder he was too also called in that national team setup. So those are the back 5. Stevens, Stellenbosch, Thabang Matuludi, Polokwane City, CB-CUPIDO, Cape Town City, Thabang SESANA, Orlando Pirates, and Fawaz Basadien, Stellenbosch. Now, my two central midfielders, it's a Mamelodi Sundowns player and a Orlando Pirates player. I'll start with the one who cleans, who does the dirty job, who marks, wins the ball, and give it to your more creative players or your box-to-box players. And I'm talking about MAKHAULA of Pirates. These type of players, they don't get a lot of credit because they don't do fancy things. They just do the basics. He does the dog work. He cleans a lot of mistakes that are done by your Mbata, your Maswangani, your Dlamini. He's the one that is the last stop before you get to your UCBC and the SESANA. So MAKHAULA earns the right to be one of the central defensive midfielders. He's partnered with a Teboho Mokoena. Teboho Mokoena is class. Teboho Mokoena is top tier. Teboho Mokoena, whenever given a chance, obviously our expectation of him is always to give an 8 out of 10 performance, but whenever he's given a chance, he'll at least be closer to your 7.5, 7.6, 7.4. He plays there with a MAKHAULA. Front 4 in this best 11 will go to President Yamatuke. On the left, he's done incredibly well. If you hate this player, you are immoral, you are wicked, your heart has been ironed, your heart is dark. Doesn't matter which team you support for. You support this Relebohile, Raitoma Raifetsa boy has been incredible. The number 10 in this lineup will go to RIBEIRO. I don't know if there's any a better number 10 in this country. He should be the poster boy for the Betway Premiership. The Brazilian has done extremely well, fairly well. He should have scored more if he was he would have scored more if he had finished some of the chances he has gotten. And then the right winger or right attacking forward, Oswin APPOLLIS. The reason Oswin APPOLLIS and the reason Polokwane City is lying third is because of some of the performances of Matuludi. There are obviously other guys, Mapumungwe, your Oswin APPOLLIS, they've been incredible. And number 9, this one, there's no argument, RAYNERS. RAYNERS is our number 9 in this best 11. Let me hear your best 11 this fine, the Betway Premiership, as we have only like 5 days before we turn into the new year 2025. Obviously, Saturday, Sunday are the last games of the year, but I think these players are players that have really impressed me. Obviously, there are players who deserve a shout, but some, Serino started the league, the game started for Kaizer Chiefs on fire, but after 3-4 games, it started going south. Now, let me end it there by declaring that may the new year be better in all the things that you will attempt. But what's more important for me, also important for me to mention, is that you do support this channel, this platform, by liking the videos, by following and subscribing, by commenting, by sharing on all of your socials, by watching the ads. That does really matter. And the icon with the love sign at the bottom there with the dollar sign is not there for decoration or for aesthetics. It is there for you to make a contribution of any amount. I think it's from $1, which is like $20 to 10,000 rands if you want and if you can and if you have the capacity to do so. Yeah, I think that's enough for in this episode. Let me end it there by declaring, may my God bless you all.